Hello, my name is David Baker. I'm CEO of Issuer Pixel. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending today. Marty, thank you for having us. Let's talk about Issuer Pixel. So I'll start off by talking about video and audio content. How it's growing very rapidly.
Giving a speech by Zoom, sadly. Anyway, here when you're available. Bye.
Thank you, Alan. We got that message. Okay, keep on going.
Okay, so video audio content is growing rapidly. Slide here, you can see YouTube and the growth of their video. They have about 1.5 billion videos on their platform, growing at about 100 million per year. Example of Vimeo, also Vimeo is growing about 90 million videos every 6 months. So although video is big, it continues to accelerate. So what problem is Issuer Pixel solving? So for companies, we're solving several things. One is there's no video audio platform for companies that's company and industry specific. Most companies don't have a centralized video and audio library to manage, organize, structure their video, keep some public, keep some private for certain purposes. Companies have difficulty being found. We'll show you a couple of use cases with YouTube, Google Video, Vimeo, Dailymotion as we go through the presentation. So companies have difficulty being found, and there's really no economic way for companies to achieve and measure visibility from a video and audio standpoint in a corporate sense. What's the problem for users? So users also, they have no way to find the companies efficiently. So companies have difficulty being found, users have difficulty finding the companies. Conducting on-site due diligence is expensive. So planes, trains, and automobiles is an expensive way to do diligence. If you can do it looking at video and audio and recent video and audio in a very granular way, whether it's a factory tour, a CEO interview, et cetera, it's much more efficient and has depth and richness that SEC filings don't have. Also, it can be difficult to identify exact comparables, whether you're an investment banker, supplier, suitor, target, and we provide that ability. And finally, it's challenging for users to communicate with the companies, dialing the company's headquarters, trying to get through the myriad attenuated chains of connection to get to people. We solve that problem as well. So here's one use case looking at Google Video and YouTube. In this case, we're looking for jet fan companies. It's a kind of jet engine. As you can see here from the slide, we got one result that's correct, and it's Pratt & Whitney. Unfortunately, the video is 4 years old. All the other search results are not jet fan companies. They're tutorials about how a jet engine works, what is a turbofan or turbojet, but again, it's not the companies. We're looking for companies, video and audio, and very difficult to find on YouTube, Google Video, and all of you today attending this presentation virtually or in person can try this on YouTube, Dailymotion, et cetera. It's quite fascinating. Another use case here, we tried finding companies that make acetaminophen. So we're looking for videos and audio of acetaminophen companies. On Dailymotion, we got 0 results that are accurate. So no acetaminophen companies, just concerns about various aspects of acetaminophen and some characteristics, et cetera, no companies. And so what it really is it's a issue or company specific problem. It's an industry specific problem, and it's one of constant, irrelevant, and disparate results. And what really happened before I actually go into this slide is that YouTube, or Google, if you will, they never indexed their video from the beginning like they're doing on the internet. So it's a huge problem, and we're solving that problem. So what are the company benefits and user benefits of our platform? So company benefits, it's a centralized library, again, to organize, structure, manage your video for external or internal purposes. We're a visibility platform, things like one-click share, which I can get into Q&A if people are further interested, multicast, lookalike lists, all sorts of ways to promote visibility. Multicast on our platform, think of Bloomberg TV, but your company's being promoted on our platform. And then finally, communications. We provide communications for the companies, company-to-company communications, and user-to-company communications. We filed our second patent on communications and commerce. I can't go into too much more than that, but it's very important to us. And we did a prior art search of lots of companies like Google, Facebook, Discord, et cetera, nothing came up, not even IBM, et cetera. So we're quite optimistic about it. User benefits of the platform. Again, the opposite of the company problem in terms of they can't be found. Well, in this case, users can't find the companies. So you can find the companies actually, you can reduce diligence time. It's much more rich than SEC filings. And finally, you can communicate with the companies, and stay tuned on that. So key investor, Steve Shum. I'm not going to read this to you. Okay, so here's our screener platform. Think of this as our video audio search engine. Down the y-axis, you have the industry taxonomy or classification system. Along the x-axis, in gray with black writing, you can see various categories of company search criteria and categories. So in this case, what happens is you pick the company characteristics, video, audio criteria, et cetera. There's probably 400 different criteria, often about 50 in various of these categories. And as you search through the platform, you get the video and audio that's applicable. So this is an animation just showing you an example of going through an industry. You'll notice as you dig deeper through the industry, your videos and audio changes, it narrows for what you're searching for. We show you the filters down below here. Okay. This is an example of a small piece of an industry classification on our platform. In this case, it's aerospace. Again, you go through various levels within an industry, and as you do that, you get the video and audio that's applicable to that product service segment level, or we call it a node. This is an example here of a company profile. You'll notice that there are the industry taxonomy classification system across the x-axis, and then y-axis, you can see the videos, and there's different data elements you can highlight: video subject, number of video views and listens, date, video title, and it goes on and on and on. There's 50 to 100 data elements just here that you can highlight to look at. A sample video here on our platform. And then what's our total available market? So we're going after 140 million companies globally and 2.5 billion users. That is our market. As an example, LinkedIn has 57 million companies and about 774 million users, about 10% of the planet. And this is really our market. Market size globally is $130 billion. We're looking at the 140 million companies and 2.5 billion users. For the US markets, 2.5 billion US. In company user market, 1.4 billion and 900 million for the company ad market. Business model: 4 revenue streams in our business model: companies, users, promotional services, and advertising. Companies and users, it's a freemium model. Promotional services is the visibility services, so things like boosting, multicast, sharing to various platforms, etc. And then of course we have advertising. We haven't figured out the advertising model. Is it an ad insertion model? Is it ads throughout the platform? Is it payment for no ads? We haven't figured it out yet, but we know it's there. Our intellectual property portfolio is important to us. We have 1 patent issued so far for self-building hierarchically indexed multimedia database. It's self-building database patent. We have a 2nd patent that's pending, which I alluded to a few minutes ago, dealing with communications and commerce. And then we have another patent we're about to file here in the next few weeks, and then 5 more after that. So I guess we have 8, not 7 in our portfolio, either issued or planned. Competitive map. So across on the y-axis, we have abundant video and audio content. The top and the bottom, scarce video and audio content. And then on the x-axis, all content. On the left and on the right, company-specific content. And as you can see, Google, YouTube, Daily Motion Video have a lot of content and video, but it's not company industry specific. And then let's say the lower right-hand quadrant of this graph, you can see PitchBook and Crunchbase. They have a lot of company-specific content, but no video and audio. So you can see where we fit in on the map. Industry valuations and funding, just to show you there's continued interest in the space. Vimeo just went public. You can see the valuation there. Tremendous interest in the space, and we believe it continues to accelerate. Organizational structure, we have about 22 people at the company, and our software developers are being compensated in cash. The balance of the entire company is sweating equity until we complete this upcoming financing. Use of proceeds are pretty evenly divided in terms of platform design and development, sales and marketing, and content, although the largest component is sales and marketing, because what do we need to do as a company? We need to get companies on platform. We need scale. So marketing and sales will be the biggest component probably for the life of the company. Our timeline, we started the company 16 months ago. I went to our 3 co-founders and asked them to join me. In that time, we've gone from a concept to beta launch. We launched beta about 3 weeks ago. We have about 20 companies on platform. We're doing our beta a lot like how Slack did its beta. For those of you who know Slack, which is acquired by Salesforce for about $27 billion. The way we do our beta is we're not looking to get the beta to be short and then bring companies on and charge them, and then companies come on, come off. It's an abject failure. The way we're looking to do our beta, it's about a 9-month beta. We're looking for product market fit. For those of you who don't know what product market fit is, it's the incorporation of the platform into the individual or company's daily workflow. As an example, LinkedIn has about 11 minutes of engagement per day, which is quite high. So the way our beta works is that we bring companies on the platform, we get their comments, we get what they're interested in, future ideas, applications, features. We develop to those comments, then we let the next group of companies in, and the next group, like the shampoo commercial, and so on, until the beta is reached in the thousands, and we're down the track several months. We have tremendous amount of input, and we have a sticky platform. Once the platform is sticky in terms of engagement metrics and other traction metrics, then we'll open up the platform for everybody and begin charging where appropriate. How do we win? So we believe we win by last mover advantage. So we're attacking the market in a unique way. Our competitors haven't signaled entry into the market, especially how we're doing things. So network effect, we're seeking network effect. To get network effect, you have to have product market fit. So if you want product market fit, you need to really have a sticky product. So that's why we have a long beta. Rapid scaling, so we have standard fixed costs and low marginal costs. We're shipping electrons, we're not shipping boxes. So it's a very high margin business. And lastly, we're building the platform for longevity. We're looking at durable future cash flows. Again, not trying to just launch a platform and charge and hope that we survive. We don't like to do that. Exit strategies, not going to read all the companies to you, but you can see there's a variety of companies and a variety of different categories, from consumer video to global information to financial information companies. We think they're all potential suitors for us. Or alternatively, we may take the company public through IPO, SPAC, merger, or direct listing. Founders, so myself, I come from Wall Street. Vadim Tarasov and Byron Kwok, they come from software development. They've been doing it for about 11 years. They're about 30, 31 years old each. David Guzzi comes from banking. He was the top rated employee in Bank of America. Very impressive guy. So 2 guys from Wall Street and banking, 2 guys from software development. All of them are 20 years younger than I am. Our advisors, proud to have Julio Gonzalez, Robert Peterson, David Collins as our advisors. Julio is the president of Engineered Tax Services and the founder. He's built a very large business doing tax engineering based in West Palm Beach. And Julio and I have been friends 10 years, been very, very supportive, continues to be very supportive of the company. Very lucky to call him a friend and have him as an advisor. Feel the same way about Robert Peterson and David Collins. Robert Peterson founded Zag and was the founder and CEO of Zag, really a guru in marketing and consumers. David Collins, managing partner of Catalyst IR, and he runs an IR firm out of Manhattan. Definitely has his finger on the pulse of Wall Street. Sharp thinker, creative thinker. Happy to have David. Reasons to invest in Issuer Pixel. So I believe you need to bet on the jockey, not the horse. This is all about execution. We can have the greatest ideas in the world, but if we don't execute, it really doesn't matter. So we successfully founded companies and had successful exits previously. We have a multi-billion-dollar global opportunity, multiple revenue streams. We're building our intellectual property portfolio. So thank you. With that, I'm happy to take questions.
Great. So can you talk about your run rate, and also is this all being developed in the United States, or is it outside the US, or?
Yeah, so run rate, we have not achieved any revenues yet. We're in beta. So we're in beta right now. So we're getting companies on platform for free. We're not interested in charging anybody. We want to provide as much value as we can and make the platform as sticky as possible.
So what's the burn rate?
Burn rate is nominal. It's probably, believe it or not, $15,000 a month. It's extremely small. And the founders, with a little bit of outside raise, there's been about 500K raised in the 16 months.
And are you guys on, how do you host it, like Google? Is it?
No, we actually self-host. People are confused about that. We store the video on AWS servers. We have some other partners we work with for streaming and transcription, but actually the hosting is on our platform.
So the architecture and everything is on your platform, and the bulk data is on AWS.
Well, AWS is just for storing,
Yeah.
for storing. Everything else we're doing with some partners, but it's on our platform. So when people come up and they load video audio, it's not being loaded on Vimeo or on Dailymotion or on YouTube or Google Video. It's being loaded on our platform.
So is there like machine learning? How does it, know how to get what, drop what video at what time?
So the way the platform works is that companies come into the platform and they fill out a several component questionnaire. It's fast, easy, intuitive, and they answer questions about the company and everything about their company that we ask. They also answer questions about video and audio that they're loading, and then it gets categorized. And then what happens is every answer becomes a data element that populates in the database and is therefore searchable.
Anybody else have questions here? On the structuring? And can you give more background on the individuals involved and, where they worked, et cetera?
Sure.
And what's your ask? How much are you trying to raise?
$3 million.
Do you have a valuation, or is this a first note, or?
It's about 16 million pre, I believe. Yeah, in terms of the founders, let me just get back to that.
Is this a Series A or is this a seed round?
Series A.
Okay.
Series A.
And you raised 500,000 in a convertible note?
No, just in equity. We raised 500,000 in equity. We raised about 200,000, 212,000 on net capital, and the balances come from the founders, myself, the other three founders.
Net Capital is a
crowdfunding platform, which we're no longer on. We'll be starting on WeFunder in the next week or two. So in the next couple of weeks, we'll be on WeFunder, and that's where we're going to do the $3 million raise. And you'd asked Marty about the founders, so we don't need to talk about myself. I come from Wall Street. Vadim and Byron, again, they come from software development. They have their own software development firm. They've been developing for about 11 years professionally. And so it was a natural fit for them to join. And then David comes in from banking. So these guys are young, hungry, highly capable, really bright guys with a lot of experience. Other questions, Martin?
Hold on a second here. And so is there a place where you can go and see, like, is there a demo on your website, or?
So companies can come to the website and join the beta. And if somebody wants a demo, they can just reach out and contact me. My contact information is on the slide deck. So if somebody wants a slide deck, if they can contact Marty, we'll get you the deck and you can reach out to me that way.
So you're looking at explosive growth. I mean, you talk about the network effect, but ultimately you have to sell this to people. You have to have people who can, service it, et cetera. Have you kind of thought about that at this point in time, or?
We have. We're giving the platform away for free.
Right.
So what's happening is,
and as you give it away for free, there's going to be some expense to that, right?
Right, but the reason we're absorbing the expenses, you should think of us like a YouTube for companies, or think of us like a LinkedIn, if you will. That our goal. We need to get companies on platforms. So whether it's Bloomberg or S&P Global or YouTube or LinkedIn, we need companies on platforms. So we have no interest in charging now. Our interest is having a very sticky platform that has tremendous usage. Once we have enough companies on platform, or we believe the platform is now sticky with product market fit and people incorporating it into their daily usage, then we'll charge, but we'll only charge for things that are extra, if you will, hence the freemium model. So alerts, reporting, analytics, and then promotional visibility services. For example, multicasting the company's video on our platform for every other company and front-end user to see.
Right, gotcha.
So what we're going, just to be clear, we're going after 140 million companies globally and, 2.5 billion people. Next year, we'll start localization, working on Mandarin, Japanese, Arabic, and the Romance languages. Any other questions?
No, I think that's it.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks, David.